88.3, 95.3, or online at FloraRockstars.com. You ready? Good morning. I couldn't hear anything, so I didn't know it was cute. Oh, that's what that was. All right. You are listening to Flora Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. Today we got a great show like we always do. We are going to talk about numbers. We're going to talk about interest rates. We got a quote of the week, and then our discussion topic is how to get into the real estate business and why in the world would you? So, how was everybody's weekend?
Great. We had a really good weekend. I actually got a little time off. It was a little bit, we showed some houses this weekend, but it wasn't blowing up like normal and running like crazy. And so we just kind of got to chill a little bit. But yesterday, actually, we laid some flooring upstairs in our house. It's been a little while since I've laid flooring. I can't hardly move today. Getting up and downstairs or just squatting right now is really hard. And but then we went to the hockey game.
I know. I went to the hockey game. David and I went with them, and the hockey game was on our bucket list. And let's just say we both decided to check it off our list.
We love hockey.
It was fun, but he and I had a hard time even just keeping up with the puck. You know, as soon as we found it, it was gone. So
I think you're saying how old you are there.
So he and I decided that we're not hockey people.
Well, my mom and my sister and myself, we absolutely love hockey. We are really into it. I think we just really like. I think we've come to the conclusion we really like violent games. Except I wish this game would have had a little bit more fighting. That would have been nice to have seen some roughhousing a little bit.
Yeah, but there was a couple. There was a couple players that got suspended for fighting, so they're just cooling their jets for a minute.
Yeah, they actually had to sit out like 2 or 3 games because the fights were so bad, and so.
But isn't that why you go? Isn't that what hockey's all about?
No, hockey's all about putting the puck in the net.
No, because, if you ever go to a professional game, there's very, very little of that at all. And it's a whole different, to me, it's very different than what they do. I mean, they're not on the pro circuit, but it's still they were so much more fun to watch than like professionals. Mm-hmm. So that's just my take on it.
So maybe that's what you should do is watch these little kids play. That would be hilarious.
Oh, I know. That would be a lot of fun. I did. There's something. My wedding dress came in over the weekend. And we tried that on.
It was beautiful.
What do you mean? We tried that on.
I tried that on. Well, my daughters helped me fit into it because I had to have somebody zip me up.
Oh, okay.
And then
yeah, I tried it on too.
That's what I was wondering. This we, who is the we?
And then we start marriage classes next month. So it's really
real.
It is really coming
real.
down. I know.
What is the marriage classes?
We have 6 weeks of marriage class. It's an hour long with one of our pastors from our church. So, and then they'll cover everything.
Like what?
Everything
Marriage.
From just even finances and children. And of course, I have, a divorce in my past. And so we will also talk about that and past relationships. I already know a little bit about that. That was some of the things they talked about to us. So it's going to be an eye-opener.
It's all my fault.
Yes, I did it. That's all you have to remember to say. Yeah. Yes, it was me.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. That's definitely.
Hey, at least you will get the last word.
It's true.
That's true. True.
Yeah.
So, what did you do this weekend?
I don't remember. It's been too long ago.
She always works.
It works.
I do. It's always a work thing. Yeah. So I showed a rental house, and then Sunday I said, you know what? I'm not doing real estate or rental houses. I'm not going to do it.
Good.
Good.
So we have sold our house.
Yay!
So now I have to.
I didn't know it was on the market.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Oh.
Not officially.
Oh, okay.
But we had that little shop out in front of our house it was a bait shop originally, and we ran it as a bait shop for several years. And after we got out of the bait shop and somebody else rented it, we started using it for storage. Well, and then Homer says, let's put a shop in here with just variety of stuff. So we cleaned it out. We went and put shelving in it and loaded down the shelves with it, and he never did open it up.
Good storage.
So then he said, okay, let's clean it all out, and we'll do, something else. So we clean it all out, take down the shelving, and then he works on it a little while, and then he says, let's put this stuff back in here, and maybe it'll help sell it.
You have got to be the most patient woman ever.
I think we moved that stuff, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be the 8th time that stuff has been moved
Is
out.
it nice stuff?
This is true love. You realize
yeah,
this. Pay
it is.
attention to that.
What kind of
It's bait
stuff?
and stuff, isn't it?
Part of it's bait, fishing tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, part of it is fishing tackle, and part of it is like dishes, salt and pepper shakers, vases, tools. There's some tools in there, and just a variety of stuff. There's a little bit of furniture, not big furniture, but small. So, so yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there, different stuff.
It's a smaller version of the big building that has a whole bunch of stuff in it.
But that shop is more organized because he was going to open it up to the public. So,
So that's what you sold.
yeah,
Oh.
without the stuff.
Oh, so you kept the stuff, but you didn't
So
sell
the
the
stuff has to come out. That's why I'm saying we're having to move
Again.
it for the 8th time.
Can it come up with a price with the stuff? So you
Yeah,
just
I know a
walk
good
away?
auctioneer.
That's what it's funny. Homer said, all this stuff that we have, he said, what are you going to do when I die? What are you going to do with all this stuff? I said, I'm going to have a big auction.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yes. It'd be a
Probably not
2-dayer.
like that, to be honest.
It'd probably be a 2-dayer auction, too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
I think
probably
you
a
should
whole
do
weekend.
like a whole big like flea market thing for a couple of weekends or so. Like, because we love that one that's up
Oh, I
there
know.
in Ohio. So I mean, you should do something like that.
That's a lot of work for one person.
Well,
Oh, well.
it'd be 2 people. Well,
what
she-
do, what do-
She can't do it until he dies. She can't sell it until he dies. So.
no, he don't want to, he likes his stuff. He don't
Homer
want
has separation anxiety.
yes, he does.
Separation anxiety. It's like, I need to throw this pen away. Oh, wait a minute. It's still right.
But somebody else isn't too far behind him.
Right. Yeah.
Because Miss Pat Bradley is the same way. I'll throw a peanut butter jar because it's all gone. The peanut butter's gone. And next thing I know, I see it's all cleaned out and sitting on her desk because we could put something in that jar. And I know we keep it. So
Screws.
Pat Bradley's the same way.
No, not the same way on some stuff. It's like, now I do have a thing for office supplies. I'm sorry, I do have a thing for office supplies.
Well, yeah, because we steal it all from you.
No, it's just pens, but I like fine point, extra fine point, and things like that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, because every time I'm in there, I'm like, oh, I need to borrow a pen. I mean, I'll leave it. I did return it. But it does seem to always have to use a pen while I'm in there.
But when I do borrow somebody's pen, I walk out the office with it. I mean, I pick it up and it's gone.
Where was that?
So
a special
Teresa's little camera thing that she has on her
fish
on her
lens,
phone.
the fish eye.
Yes, the little fisheye lens. It was cold from the car, and Pat's been warming it up under her armpit this whole time.
She just reached in her flannel and pulled out a lens. I'm like, where was that?
Armpit.
I mean, I understand like people, like women, have stuff in their bra, but I didn't think a camera lens would be coming out of the bra.
It wasn't. It was armpit. Hey, you put eardrops and stuff in your bra to warm it up, to put eardrops in your kids' ears so it'd be warm and not cold.
Oh, not me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that explains a lot.
All right. Well, you ready, son?
Sure.
All right. Kick us off.
All right. Well, the quote of the week: we only have one life. It is very precious, and there's a lot we can do, and there's a lot we should do. Selena Gomez.
Who is Selena Gomez?
She's a singer.
She's some
That's what I thought she
young
She
pop
also
star.
used to be, I mean, she wasn't a singer, but not just that, but she was also on a Disney show when she was younger.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, my kids watched that. I can't remember the name, but she was like a witch or something.
Yes.
She started
I
out
know
there and
that
then
now.
she's a singer.
I am too.
A witch?
Yeah,
No, it's with a W.
that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lord.
What kind of spells have been casting lately there, witch?
Well, ask Homer and he'll tell you.
I'm sure he will. All right. Well, let's cut to a commercial. When we get back, we are going to talk numbers because numbers aren't sexy, but they do tell a story.
Hi, this is Sandra Fritchie with Flora Mid-South Realty. As the winter season settles in, it's the perfect time to turn your real estate dreams into reality. Let me guide you through the journey of finding your cozy haven. With my expertise and unwavering commitment, I'll ensure a seamless and hassle-free experience, just like the warmth of a crackling fireplace. I'm Sandra Fritchie. Call me at 931-236-2815 for all your real estate needs.
Let the gang at Flora Mid-South Realty help you out. Call 931-762-4247 or online at floramidSouthRealty.com.
Hey there, Megan Swonger here with Flora Mid-South Realty. Are you searching for a home that'll make you grin like a kid in a candy store? Well, I've got the keys to your happiness. Let's make your real estate journey a delicious delight. Give me a call at 931-345-2939 and together we'll make your sweet dreams come true.
Let the gang at Flora Mid-South Realty help you out. Call 931-762-4247 or online at floramidSouthRealty.com.
And we are back, Flora Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. And remember, numbers aren't sexy, but they tell a story. These are the numbers for February 11th through the 17th. And the reason why numbers are so important is because they do tell a story. You can watch and listen to the flexibility of our local, not national, not Tennessee, our local market. And it lets you know how to get in or when to get in, when to get out, and just general information. And if you are a numbers person, you do enjoy this. So right now, currently, we have 114 listings with an average list price of $399,713. We have 5 coming soon with an average list price of $387,480. Under contract showing, that means that the seller is probably allowing additional showings and backup offers. We have 7 of those with an average list price of $292,414. Under contract not showing, where the buyer and the seller are happy campers, and we are headed to close. We have 3 of those with an average list price of $223,267. We had 2 expireds and 1 canceled. Last week was a slow week for closings. We only had 4 closings. The average sold price was $255,475. The number I tell everybody to pay attention to is the list price versus sell price. And last week was higher than it has been for a while, was 99.44%. From the time I put the sign in the yard till the home went under contract was 62 days. From the time it went under contract till it closed took additional 24. So all in all, took about 86 days to get the property sold. This time last year, we had 10 closings with an average sale price of $220,290. So you can see from where our close price was last week to versus last year, we are still running pretty parallel, and like we have been for over a year. Right now, we have our inventory is 3.34 months. So if nothing else comes on the market, then after almost 4 months, we will be homeless. There will be nothing else to sell. Currently, right now, our interest rates, our 30-year fixed is 7.4. Our 30-year FHA is 6.62. Our 30-year VA is 6.30, and our 30-year USDA is 6.63. Now, just know that those are average numbers. It just does depend on your credit score and your debt to income, and those numbers will be unique to you. Currently, our total overall listings for Lawrence County is we have 114 residential listings, 85 land, lot, and farms listings, and 32 commercial. So right now in Lawrence County, we have 231 listings. And those are your numbers for February 11th through the 17th.
Well, we're picking up.
We are. Our inventory is raising. Our prices are staying pretty comparable to what they have been. So
interest rates are running a little bit higher than what we have been.
Well, they're lower right now. So,
compared to like about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but they change on a daily basis.
They fluctuate constantly. But they are always kind of within this range.
Yes, they are. They are.
And then, of course, we have a lender that on one of our listings, and I'm going to kind of talk about that. I want to do a live video and kind of talk about it a little bit. But one of our lenders can really help us get some people down in some lower prices with loans and stuff. And because one of our sellers is going to help with that too. So we'll be looking out for 99 Cart Pathway when we talk about that. I want to do a little video on that one. So it's kind of cool. I'm excited about it.
All right. So our topic of today, or our topic this week, is how to get into the real estate business. So let's talk a little bit about that. Pat, what put you in the real estate business?
Well, first I became an auctioneer. Homer decided he wanted to be an auctioneer. And when you go through auction school, well, he didn't decide. He'd always wanted to be one. And so I finally said, just go do it. So he did. And when you go through auction school, you become a colonel. Well, I could not let him outrank me. So I had to become an auctioneer too. So, and then with the auction, being the auction, then you look at real estate. So I thought, I was in a car wreck and it put me out of commission for a while. And so doing the career rehab and all of that stuff that you go through, then I thought, well, with the auctioneer, why not real estate? So that's what I did.
When did you get your license? Your real estate license?
Oh, it's been too many years ago. About in the 90s, mid to late 90s, somewhere in there.
Oh, so you've been around the block a time or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Holly, what put you in the business?
Somebody helped sell my house.
Wonder who?
I know. And actually, we sold a house and we bought a house. And through the whole process, I was very hands-on because Teresa's mom was. Both parents actually were in the hospital and going through a lot. So I was like, hey, what do you need me to do? And she was like, hey, do you want a job? And I said, well, we got to remodel first. And so after we got done remodeling, some life changes started to happen. And I decided to give her a call one day. And she's like, well, let's go to lunch. And I never looked back. I went through school and just ran with it. I took everything and possibly in that I could learn, and I learned it. And I keep running and keep learning new things every day.
And there's some people who are naturals, and there's some people who learn to do this business, and then there's some people that aren't cut out for this business.
Yeah.
Holly's a natural.
Thanks.
She is, it's just, you think she's done it for years and years, and it makes it work, and she always has the heart of others, and she always takes care of everybody. So
To me, this industry is about serving others. I think it's very important for people to have homes. I know what my home means to me and my family, so I like to see the same thing. That's probably the reason why I love my first-time home buyers, and just to see the look on their face and the excitement, raising new babies and then just upgrading houses. There's just something about it. I love it.
Son?
I was born into it.
You had no choice.
Yeah, I've been sitting at the kitchen table for many years, talking real estate with my grandparents and mom and all that. So that's all we talked about at family gatherings was real estate. So I kind of it was just meant to be, I think.
Yeah.
And, just eventually I don't know. I had to get some life stuff in order first, and then jump into it.
Yeah. Yep. And I think too, he's a natural, but he's heard it all his life. And I think it's once it gets in your blood, it's in your blood, and there's no going back.
Yeah.
After you've,
I can still see some of the green that's just going to come in time, but he's been so focused too on remodeling our own house that it's kind of taken away from that. So whenever he jumps in, he's just a natural at it. But I can still see a little bit of the green in it. He's learning though.
yes, yes. Well, I got in the business when, That's him, not me.
Let's take it away from him.
When I got into the business up at home in Ohio, I was.
You got your license in Florida first.
Well, I'm telling the story.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell my story.
Don't interrupt the story.
My story is my background is basically social service. When I worked for Girl Scouts for years and years and years,
I was a registered Girl Scout.
He was. I was a membership and marketing specialist. He went to camp. He went to everything Girl Scouts.
This explains so much about you.
Okay, yeah, that does. That explains everything.
So I did Girl Scouts for years, and I used to do programs with inner city kids, inner city girls. Well, it was boys and girls, and then I did programs for girls and gangs, and I loved doing that. But then I got kind of burnt out because it's very. It was at the time just very taxing, and it was very draining. Yes, emotionally. And so I needed a change. So what I do, I go to hospice, and I was
that's much worse.
I was the volunteer coordinator in the corporate training for hospice, and I'll tell you, that was my true love job. I helped. Volunteers. I would recruit volunteers. I'd do public speaking to recruit volunteers, and then I would train them. But our job was to give the family a break. You've got a illness and somebody is with them 24/7 and they need time away. They need to go get their hair done. They need to go to the grocery store. They just need to go sit in the park for a while, because when you're dealing with somebody at the end of life, it is very taxing on you. And what we did was give relief. And my job was so important to me, and I took it very seriously. And what I did for those families, and then myself, along with my volunteers, nobody would pass alone. So if they didn't have family or family couldn't be there, we were always with them. And so I've held many hands and just told them it was okay. It's okay to go. And so that was my background. And then we decided to move to Florida and get ahead of retirement. That was a joke. And just in time for all those hurricanes that came through, Gene and Charlie and Francis and Ivan and all that stuff. And so
I slept through them.
Yes, he did. And we stayed home because we had Great Dane dogs, and we weren't going to take the dogs to a shelter. And I was not going into a shelter with millions of other people trying to wait out this hurricane. So we stayed home and had a hurricane party. But anyway, so to get back on track, I started my real estate career because down in Florida, Girl Scouts weren't as prevalent as were in Ohio, and the hospice positions down there were all college degree positions, and I don't have a college degree.
Wasn't the Girl Scouts founded in Ohio?
No,
okay.
Savannah. And so I couldn't follow what I was doing. So what I decided was, my mom's done real estate forever, and I thought, well, here we go. So I went to real estate school and went and took the test and passed the test the first time. And I thought, all right, I'm in the right place, doing the right thing, and let's go with this. And I hooked up with a broker down there, and I just love him to death. And he taught me a lot in the beginning. And I did a lot of rental business as well. So then we decided hurricanes weren't for us, and we came up here to Tennessee. And then I just continued my career, and so now I have my office, and I'm loving it. I have great agents, and we're just doing great things.
I think in order to be very successful in this job, you do need to want to serve the public in a different form. So obviously that's always been your background, has been serving others. And that's just like even you, Nathan.
Well, my whole background is customer service.
It's customer
Right.
service,
Because
correct.
I was in the restaurant business for over 20 years, so it's always been customer first.
Yeah.
Or
Pat, what was
guest
you
first.
before real estate?
Let's see.
Mailman. A mailman.
Yes,
That woman.
I was a mail carrier with the post office. Homer and I have had several businesses. We were, we had Davy Crockett Trading Post. We had Homer's Market. We had Homer's Bait Shop, sporting goods. We had a package store.
So again, serving others.
Serving others.
So-
See, I think that's the key. If to be in this career, you have to be okay with serving others, because you will. That is a thing that you have to kind of learn, I guess, if you're not already doing it, is you have to put others before yourself. It's a very humbling job to me.
It is.
I don't understand how the other agents do it, like as far as like certain hours and not working weekends and all sorts of stuff. It's like, how do you survive? I mean, or not survive, but I mean, how is that possible?
I don't know, because it's for us. It's 24
When you start
on.
out, you're hungry, and you do that. You work as many hours as you can, and once you get established and build up a good, clientele and all of that, and people recognize your name, then you can say, well, I'm not working on Sundays.
For a while, I did not work Sundays. For the most part, I still try not to work Sundays. I try to at least have one day off.
You have to. This will consume you.
It will.
You'll burn out in a hurry. In anything, if you go at it 24/7 or whatever, you'll get burnt out in a hurry.
Oh yeah, by Christmas time, I was really feeling it. I'd had a lot of really hard deals toward the end of the year, and I was exhausted. And so I had planned on taking off. I'd not had vacation all year, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take off the week of Christmas. Well, no.
Wrong.
I did get to take off though, but right after Christmas, so between Christmas and New Year's, I did get some downtime. That's the first time in a while.
So let's go to a commercial, and then when we get back, we'll talk about how to get into the real estate business and what you have to do, and what to look forward to if you come to Flora Mid-South Realty.
When thinking about buying or selling a home, it's kind of like baseball.
It's important to know all the players and to have all the bases covered.
Now, what's the guy's name on first base? Now, what is on second? I'm not asking you who's on second. Who is on first? I don't know.
Finding a realtor that you can count on and trust to help you in every inning of the game.
Will also help you knock it out of the park.
Hi, I'm Holly.
And I'm Nathan with Flora Mid-South Realty, and together we are the Cabins Home Team.
Let us help you get a home run with buying or selling your home.
Give us a call at 931-345-2406.
Why would you buy or sell a home without a realtor? Would you go whitewater rafting without a life jacket? Let me protect you with all things real estate. Hi, I'm Teresa Flora with Flora Mid-South Realty, and you can reach me at 931-271-5790. Let's see how we can work together. Catch us on Tuesday mornings from 8 to 9 on 105.3, 95.3, or online at FloraRockstars.com. Flora Rockstar Power Hour, brought to you by Flora Mid-South Realty, rocking the real estate news and all things local.
And we are back. We are talking about how to get into the real estate business. And we kind of talked about our backstories and kind of what led us to this. And now we're just going to talk a little bit more about what you have to do to get your license and how we at Flora Mid-South Realty actually help, help nurture and help new agents start a career.
You know, we're getting that question a lot lately. I've actually been approached a few different times about it.
This is WDXE.
Whoops, what happened there?
What was that?
Wow, somebody wanting to break in our radio show. Are we still good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right. So in order to get your license, there's some requirements through the state of Tennessee, and those are classes. You have to go through a 60-hour class, and then you'll go through a 30-hour. Now, those classes can be several different ways. You can go at a 10 class. You can go up to Nashville, well, I think it's like Brentwood, and you can attend a classroom. That's the fastest and, to me, the easiest way to do it.
Well, that's updated now. You know, you don't have to actually attend the classroom, and you can still be very much, and it is still a Zoom.
That's what I'm going to say. Good job. Yes. So you can still do at home and go to class and use Zoom. If you know what Zoom is a platform that you could go on, see the teacher, and have interaction, and sit at home and take that class. Or you can do strictly online. And so there's several different ways to work with you and your schedule.
Yeah, I sat at the office and did my school.
Mm-hmm. Did you do Zoom? Or did you do Zoom?
I did Zoom too.
Yeah.
Most everybody, because we was during COVID. Mine was during COVID.
Right.
I had to do Zoom.
They
I
didn't
didn't have a
offer
choice.
in person when I did.
No.
I don't know if they're doing it in person yet, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would rather do in person myself.
Me
This is
too.
just the way I learned. But Zoom was okay too. I mean, there was.
To me,
a little
that's
more
in
difficult.
person for myself. But I could just go and lock myself in a. That's what I did. I
Like
just locked myself
there's
in a
other
room.
options too where you do like a slideshow and you learn on your own and take your own time.
Right.
And so I can't do that.
I can't either.
I'm
not disciplined enough to sit there. If I don't have any kind of accountability, I can't sit there with the. It'd take me forever.
Okay, that's me right now. I'm doing my Alabama state license, and
I
it's
know.
through the CE thing,
I
and
know.
it's all slideshows, and I'm listening to her in the background, and it is killing me. I am not learning. I feel like anything.
Just get through it.
I know.
Take the test. You'll be able to just
Well,
answer the questions on the test.
Whenever Marty, my stepdaughter, we talked her into becoming a real estate agent.
Yeah, we did.
And she done hers online. And what I did, I went and I helped her do that. I sat down with her, and I helped her through all of it.
So you were basically her teacher. She had a one-on-one teacher.
Yes.
Not everybody's that fortunate.
Correct.
And because I knew about it, so and
So
I've
Pat's been
offered
through the class
I mean,
twice.
80% of the stuff that you're learning in school, you'll never really use in the practical world. Anyway,
Do you have a conversation of how many feet are in the
Township
acreage?
Acreage. Now I have used that many times.
Really?
That
How many feet are in
it's
it?
43560.
Well, it's that four old ladies driving. What is that? 30
I don't
miles
know.
an hour.
I had my
in
own little thing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
it's
remember.
like the whole little thing they teach you at our class at our school.
But yeah, just get the class over with and take your test, and then we'll teach you how to be a realtor. But with the class, then you'll take it's split up in national week. 1 week is national and 1 week is state. You'll take a test at the end of each week to pass the class, and then you're eligible to take the state test. And so the state test is what you have to pass to be able to get your license, and then there's another 30-hour class that you will take, and that is going to cost you each class. The 60-hour runs about $390, and the 30-hour class runs about $185. So for $600.
Well, you take two tests. You take state and national.
When you take the big test.
When you take the big
but
test.
it's all one, isn't it?
It is.
it's all
Well,
one.
they will tell you. So usually the first test that you take is the state. The second one is national, because you could pass one and not pass the other, and then
Right.
you can come back and you only just have to take just the one that you didn't pass.
When I got my license in Florida first, and so Tennessee is a reciprocal state, so they recognized my license from Florida, and Florida didn't test that way. All I
Right.
had to do was just take the local. So I took class, and then I passed the test for the local Tennessee, and so I never did take the big test here. So it's a little different than what it was down in Florida.
Well, I mean, that's just like me getting my Alabama. It's just I have to pass just the state law
Right.
test. I don't have to take the national
just
test
a 40
again.
or 50 question test.
I don't remember. I know it told me, but I just can't remember. See,
Right.
I got to go back and listen to all of this again.
So there's many different options.
You can also have a college degree and be able to just jump into that. There's certain classes you can take in college that will substitute for those 60
And that's true.
and 30-hour classes.
Correct. So you can work with the state, and they will tell you if they qualify or not.
Yes.
So, and military's the same way. If you have a military background, sometimes the military will qualify you to not have to take so much classes.
I still recommend taking the class.
I do too.
Even if you, I just think it's really important because it goes with the test. Because do you still, even though you have that college background, don't you still have to pass the
Yes,
state
the
national
You still
PCI
have
test.
to pass the test.
So to me, it would just make it easier to pass that test because that test is hard.
It is hard.
It
It's
Depends.
tricky. It's
depends.
tricky.
It's a trick. It has a lot of trick questions. It does. It is
Yes.
a song.
Same way with the auction. You know, they're tricky questions. You sit down and there's this whole big long thing about how much you sold the tractor for this and this and this and this and this. And it says how much commission, they give you all these numbers.
to confuse you.
And then you get
Well,
to the
it's
end of it.
not necessarily confuse you. They do this on purpose because you got to know the material. If
You gotta know what you're doing.
Right. If you don't know the material, then you're not going to pass these questions. That's why the answers are so similar in the multiple choice, because you can't. It's not going to jog a memory or whatever because they're so close. You just got to know the material.
Right.
And sometimes it's you have to pick the best answer.
Yeah, there's
not the
multiple right
yeah.
answers.
Yeah.
And you just got to pick the most correct answer.
Which to me is, that's just wrong.
That's confusing part.
Yeah, because
I'll tell you, that test is the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. And it's like, oh my God. I was so glad I did it.
So here's a story on when I was getting mine. So the week I started my classes, Holly and I went on a date. It was our first date. And then it just rocketed after that with our friendship and relationship and blah, blah, blah. But so the week I started real estate school, then Holly and I started dating. So all my time was consumed with her, other than, like the class time or whatnot. And then test time comes around, and I didn't study a lick, to be honest. I did not.
No. And I kept saying, you need to study. He's like, no, I got this. And then he's like, and I was like, and he was just as confident as he could be. And I'm like, okay, he knows what he's doing. And
Yeah, I think I studied in the gym. I was still going to the gym at the time, but I studied in the gym a couple times on the bicycle. But that was it. I didn't study any other time. And then I went to take the test, and I passed.
He said he was scared to death.
So aggravating because he did that just like on a whim, went and passed it, and then I studied.
I did
like for my
too.
brokers, I studied 3 months before I got the courage to go take my broker's test. And I knew that book backwards and forwards and inside out. And
I'm nervous about when I go to get my brokers.
Oh, really? Really? It just depends on how you are with tests.
Yes, I've always been that type of person. If I can, like in school, we review the material in school, and I'm a very audible type person. And especially when it comes to learning, that's why I like an instructor or whatever, because it just helps me learn better. But I can retain the information long enough for the test. Now, after the test, I don't know how long I'll know it.
Right.
But I get through the test, I'm good.
See, because we talk about the test, but really, when it comes to this job, it is all about experience, and every transaction is an experience to me.
The class and the test is not going to teach you how to be an agent. It's just not.
No.
You're not running into these situations, and all these other situations are going to be different, and you have to learn as you go. And
but you need a good broker to teach you,
of course,
correct,
to give you the pieces that you need to know to do this and do it the correct way.
And we're lucky we have 2 brokers.
Because whenever I first got into it, I went to my broker and I said, okay, I need to know how to do this. I need to know what to do. He said, well, just get out there and do it. That was his training. Get out there and do it.
Well, at Flora Mid-South Realty, we don't do it that way anymore.
No, we got a big old black book.
Right. We do. We have a Flora new agent handbook. So once you get through school, once you pass your test, then you have to affiliate yourself with a broker. And so, and what that means is that broker takes responsibility for you and helps and trains and keeps us all legal and out of jail. And so in our training, and I'll tell you, I was very flattered. I had a broker from another office here in town call me and offer me a job and say that they would pay me a salary and would heard great things about Flora's training and how we train all of our new agents and how productive all of our agents are that want to do this job.
Yeah, you got to want to make money. If you don't want
Correct.
to make money, you're not going to make money. Period.
If you just want to sit there and let it fall in your lap, that's possible, but you're not going to make a whole lot of money.
But you've got to have a second job to get out there and
correct.
live with.
Correct.
Live on.
This proposal came and said that their actual agents raved about the training at Flora, and also that in the community, in the real estate community, how they bragged about how Flora Mid-South Realty trains their new agents to be successful in running a business. Because you have your own business, you are an entity in yourself. You're a independent contractor. So I was pretty flattered with that because I thought, what I am doing with my agent. Are we on?
Yeah.
What we're doing is teaching you to be successful, and we have agents that, when you think of this monetarily, you think of, I've got agents that make $20,000. I've got agents that make over $100,000. And so it just depends on what you want to do and how you want to work. Are we good, Gabe?
Yes.
Okay.
We're hearing some
random noises in the studio this morning. But anyway, so what we do at Flora is we have a family environment. All of our agents work together, help each other out, and we want to make sure that everybody's successful. We don't have a competitive, cutthroat, get you kind of business. We all help each other. We come together. We're a team. And we do what it takes to be successful for our clients, no matter whose client it is. And that is one thing that I've strived to do when I opened up my own office is I didn't want an office where there was so much competitive crap that you could cut the tension with a knife.
It needs to be healthy competition. And we do. We have a lot of healthy, there's me and another girl. We are very competitive against each other. And we sat on the phone and talked for like an hour and a half last week. There's a fun competitiveness.
Yes, there is. But there would be no way that you wouldn't help her or she wouldn't help you.
100%.
That's just what we are, and that's what we do. And so our Flora book, it talks about contracts. We're going to teach you, and we're going to hold your hand, and we're going to do what it takes for you to be successful in filling out contracts. And then we have our operating systems where I'm going to provide you a system to help run your business. So the main part that people need to realize is we do more than open up doors. We do more than just go sit at a closing table. There is so many bits and pieces to this career that we're more like a project manager, where we have all of these avenues coming
like a
together.
Contractor.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And we put all the pieces together. And sometimes it's very involved and sometimes it happens pretty easy. So it just depends on how you work your business. If you're a hustler and you want to get out there and you want to make some money, this is the business for you. If you want to sit there and you just want it to fall in your lap, this is the business for you. So
you
it
have
just
to want to
depends.
talk to people. You've got to want to talk to people.
If you want to see if it's right for you, it's like apprenticeships. If you want to shadow somebody to see if that's what you actually want to do. High school kids, they could do that. We could probably let them shadow us to see what we do.
Absolutely. I think
100%.
and we've said it before, like if you're interested in this, I'm more than happy. I'll have a conversation with you. If you want to come and watch what we do, okay. We're not always on go 24/7, but there's a lot of days that we are.
But this job gives you flexibility.
That's the beauty of it.
It's very demanding, and it's very there is a lot that needs to be done, but it's also very freeing. Where if you want to take the day off and have a date day, or go to an auction, or
If
have a
your
doctor's
kids-
appointment,
yeah,
or if your kids are sick,
need
or
you or something, you can work from home with sick kids.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or if you homeschool your kids,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of times they take the kids to showings, or the kids sit in the car with their iPads or their
my kids
devices.
my kids go a whole lot. Sometimes, depending on if the house is vacant, and I know my clients, sometimes they'll come in with us, and they meet a lot of my clients, and I think that's a great way for them to learn.
If you have kids, I mean, that's what they're for, is child labor. So you can,
Yeah, I put ours to work this weekend.
so that's what you do. You put them to work, child labor.
They were painting a chicken coop yesterday, hating every minute of it, and I was just sitting there grinning.
A chicken coop.
Well, the pig chicken coop.
The
Pig.
barn.
Yeah. Bless
Oh no,
them.
we got chickens.
I know, but
It's
I
gonna
said
be
the
a
barn.
pig. The pig.
Do y'all know what
chicken
kind of
coop.
chickens you have? Male or
No,
female?
we have no
they're
idea. They're a
mutts.
mixed breed, is what we were told.
They're a mixed breed. There could be some roosters, so we'll find out. How do you tell? Anybody? I hate the squirrel.
They had a show on Dirty Jobs where they were sexing chickens.
Google it on YouTube, and it's Dirty Jobs with
Micro.
yes.
Micro.
And they did show you how to sex your chicken, so you can figure that out.
Okay.
And these were little chickens. I don't know now if yours are too big.
Baby chicks,
Ours are not babies anymore. They're getting
they're-
their real feathers.
Nice size.
Yeah, they're already
But you can still
they're getting big.
You can still see.
Sex
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
when they're that big.
But yeah, we're going back to the.
Okay, let's go back to sorry.
Squirrel.
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, to get into the business, you need to take a 60-hour, you need to take a 30-hour, you need to pass a few tests. And then you connect yourself with a broker who is going to be there for you.
And you have to have a relationship with a broker. You can't just go get your license and
Sell
go
real estate.
sell real estate, because there's got to be accountability for us, and the accountability and the liability falls on the broker. So you have to connect with the broker in
Not
order
me.
to legally sell. And then also, you can't just go outright and get your broker's license, because you have to have your real estate license for 3 years before you can get your broker's license.
And then there's more schooling for that.
Then there's more schooling and more
tests,
more yearly schooling and all that. Which I need to check on that on mine, because I probably have some schooling I need to.
Well, the one thing
continuing
about
education.
our office is that we've got two brokers. Pat runs the office. She's our
everything.
And she is also a broker. And myself, I'm a broker owner. And so you get the expertise of two. And we've both had our license long enough. We've been around the block a few times. And we're there to help our agents and help people grow. So you've got both of us there that help and hold your hand and making sure that you get off on the right foot. And Pat trains a lot on the paperwork, and I train a lot on relationships and relationship building and your database and that type of thing. So it does take both of us, all of us, because we're all in this to make sure that everybody is successful.
Oh yeah, I get phone calls all the time. Hey, they didn't want to bother you or Pat, and so they'll call and talk to me too, ask me certain questions.
Sure.
That'd be me. Sorry.
So, if you are thinking about a career and you are thinking about real estate, Flora Mid-South Realty is known for its training. It is known for making successful people successful. And I love my job. I love what I do. And I would love to encourage other people to get involved.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to show up, you're going to get your schooling, pass it, and then you're going to be thrown to the wolves.
No.
This training takes a while. I mean, you got with Flora Mid-South's training,
I mean, we hold your hand while you go out and do stuff. I mean, if you want one of us to go with you, hey, we'll go with you for your first listing or showing or whatever.
Right. But I think with the training that we do ahead of time, it builds confidence, and it builds your confidence to be able to go on your own and do, because that's like Megan. Megan is new, and Megan, she got her first listing all on her own, and we had to help her with some paperwork, but she did it. And
she's got her first one under contract.
And then she got her first one under contract, and she's only been licensed for a couple months. So she's got a new listing, and she's already got a closing coming
and that
our way.
brings up another good point to mention too. This business, you need to be prepared for it once you start. You can't, if you got monthly bills that you're responsible for, and you got rent, whatever, your house payment, whatever, you still have to pay those bills. And don't expect a check in this business for at least 60 to 90 days. Yeah. That's a general. I mean, there's been people who got lucky, not lucky, but there's been people that has got closings before. But generally, it's about 90 days before you're going to get a paycheck.
Mine was 4 months.
Yeah.
It took me 4 months, but because when I started in November, I was coming through the worst part of the year,
Right?
And so I remember
COVID.
COVID, and I remember I was like on the phones constantly, and I'm going, this is never going to happen, and I was freaking out, but she was like, just keep doing it, it'll come around, and it did. And then every year since then, I was like, my first goal is I want to be the top. Very first year I wanted to be the top agent. And I really pushed and pushed and pushed, and I kept on, and I was the first year, and then the second year, and I think the third year, but I don't know.
I know. Oh, we haven't had ours.
No, we didn't.
Oh my gosh, we didn't have our celebration. Pat, you're slacking.
What celebration?
Our year-end celebration.
We need to start doing plaques. Remember them plaques Grandma
used to
had
have, yeah.
Well, we get certificates, and I'm proud of it.
She had.
Oh my gosh.
She would always.
I mean,
be
a
the top.
stack of plaques,
Yeah.
just from winning month after month or year after year, and she'd have awards of all kinds. She
Yeah.
would. I mean, she had a great business. She did good.
Well, yeah.
so-
I mean, she did. She built a huge database, and but also the times were a little different building a database back then. Like there was
It's in
office
spiral
time.
notebooks.
Yeah.
Her database is in spiral notebooks. My stepdad still has them, and just stacks of spiral notebooks.
I
Well,
love that.
and then you had what was called office time,
Yeah, floor time.
where you wanted to be in the office during floor time because if that phone rang,
That's yours.
That's yours. That's like lead generation now. It's like that's your leads if they called the office.
And people walking in. You have
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of walk-ins.
Yeah, absolutely. So people would fight over floor time.
Yeah, they would.
And then you'd hear the gossip about who's screwing who on the floor
Floor time.
And it
That's
was just,
true.
It was just hilarious.
It was.
I was like-
Many times that's what we heard.
And then whenever I think of that, I can always.
I could imagine
I
just
can-
like whenever they're talking about that, who's being like, the infidelity stuff, and you're going, hey, that's a divorce coming. I need to get to know them. I mean, it's so funny to think that way. That's horrible, but you're
I
going,
know.
I probably should make friends with them. They may need a real estate agent in the very near future.
I hate to say it, but funeral homes. There was an auctioneer that years ago, he would always, somebody pass away, he would take coffee and food to the funeral home.
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
I don't know if I
that's-
could do
Chasers.
that.
No.
That's like
But-
the ambulance chasers
Right.
for attorneys.
Well, he got a lot of auctions that way.
That's
Yeah.
A
true.
lot of auctions.
Maybe.
I couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, he's do it. I mean, somebody's got to do it. You got to think of it that way too. Somebody has
Yeah,
to offer
I mean,
that service,
because-
and he is showing that he does care about this family. He's providing them some food and comfort that when it's a really hard time in their life. I mean, I can't blame you. I think that's actually quite smart.
It is a good idea to take food and stuff like that to the funeral home. I mean, you hate to do it, but you do because it's just comfort food and stuff like that for them.
That's one way to do lead generation. There's many ways to get clients and to create business. But
And if you come to us as an agent, we will show you. We do offer lead generation too in our company.
we do
And
for free.
Just to throw this out there, not only new agents, is a good option. Agents that are out there that are looking for or wanting to look for a new home, check us out. Our commission structure has changed
Dramatically.
some of our policies have changed.
Yep.
So check us out. We're more than happy
Come,
to talk
at least
to
just
you.
come talk to us.
Right.
Be more than happy to talk to you.
We'll take you to lunch.
Take you to lunch, and it'll all be Nobody will need to know.
All right, Miss Pat Bradley. All right, let me finish. If you are interested in finding out more about real estate and how to get in the biz, just give us a jingle and we will be glad to talk to you more about that. So now we've got listings that we need to talk about. And most importantly, we have we as Flora Mid-South Realty and Pat Bradley has our first auction ever.
Woo-hoo.
So woohoo! Tell us about that.
Okay.
I got one. Hey.
The beauty college, the Career Beauty College on South Military Avenue here in Lawrenceburg, they're moving to their new place, and they have a lot of equipment and stuff that they are selling, and we are going to auction that off on March the 2nd at 9 a.m.
Nice. How big is that metal table, by the way? You know?
Metal table?
Yeah, the stainless steel table you were talking about.
6 foot one.
No,
it's longer than that.
No, it's table size.
Okay, fair enough.
No, but there are metal tables. There's lockers. There's washers and dryers and then
hair washing
chairs,
stations
sinks.
different stations. The chairs.
Shampoo, probably.
Yeah, and all of that stuff. And we're even going to have. They're not taking their fingernail polish with them, so there is a whole wall full of fingernail polish.
Wow.
So somebody's looking to get into this. That would be a great
way to start.
Be a good starter.
We need to set Clarissa a budget then.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to set her a budget, but we will be there, Pat. We're coming to help you.
Okay.
That is the same day that I'm in motorcycle school. So, but anyway, so what other listings do you? What other listings do we have? No, it's not. Do you know what Ron said? Ron said to put him down as my beneficiary.
There you go.
Hey, that's what I said too.
Blair's about to get a check.
No, I don't even want to think about that.
I told her
be fine.
that she needs to make a will and have life insurance, and she's supposed to give it all to me.
Well, it's her niece right now.
It is my niece. It is my niece and nephew. I got to change that. So. I have to change it. All right, so I've got a listing coming up. I've got a coming soon. It's in Salem Woods, the newer division. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car attached to garage, and then it has a huge 24 by it's a shop, and but it's also a garage, and it's a shop, and it's got an above-ground pool, wraparound deck. It is a nice, beautiful home. It's all been updated, and walk-in shower, and it is really nice. Kind of an open floor plan, and that'll be coming soon. I've got a unique listing out at 540 Brush Creek here in Lawrenceburg. It's 37.99 acres. It's a custom craftsman-type house, beautiful hardwoods. It's got a cabin in the main home. Brush Creek runs through it. They have a huge building that they use for storage and their shop and a garage, wood burning stove. They got backup propane. Off grid. And it's solar. There is backup propane, but it's just all off grid. And so you can live for little or nothing. And then I've got one other one on Highway 99 in Waynesboro. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car carport, and it is right down the street from Dad's Pizza. So if you know Dad's Pizza in Waynesboro, which we all love Dad's Pizza,
yummy.
It's a 4 yummy.
Oh, and, yummy.
And it is listed right now for $151,900 and is very negotiable because they need to get it gone.
It's very what?
Negotiable.
Shit, there's an N in there. I don't think there's supposed to be.
Negotiable.
No. There's no.
Just hush. Negotiable.
No.
Don't push my words.
Don't push it.
Don't push it.
What do y'all got?
We just have 99 Cart Pathway right now. And that is in Loretta and the Keystone Resort. We also have McKibben. We dropped the price again to $410, but we are possibly working out a deal on that one. It's over in Pulaski. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath on 2.5 acres.
It is gorgeous. It's a nice house.
The one in Loretta at Keystone, we need to get that thing sold. Bring us an offer. It is 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it also has an office, or it could be a 4th bedroom if you need it to. Open floor plan, brand new house. It was built in 2022. It was a newer house, I should say. Brick home. And so, yeah, she's ready to get back to California. Come talk to us. If you don't have financing, we can hook you up. Some of that stuff I was talking about earlier, we can get your payments down very competitive, as far as even almost like it's better than rent.
Nice.
Yeah.
On the cart path.
On the cart pathway.
When you buy.
It is. Next.
What do you got?
I've got the property out in Deerfield. It is a investment property. I got it right there. I've got it rented out to tenants. There's 2 houses on the property, and both of them are rented out right now. So income producing property.
Cool. Or they could be where you live. You could rent the one and stay in the other one.
Or when you're a kid, you get mad at your kid, put them out there and lock them in.
Yeah. Correct. Right. There is some people that look, because it's expensive right now to buy a house. And so they are looking for opportunities for their kids to kind of not move in, but, maybe if there's a separate dwelling, the kids live in part of it and the parents live in the other part. And
or your in-laws.
In-law suites. That's a big thing, too. Well, I see a lot of those. People need an in-law suite.
Right. So anyway, it is about that time.
Yep.
It is that time.
We're a little late.
We appreciate
Come see us
it.
at 1288 First Avenue behind the radio station, McDonald's. And you can call the office at 931-762-4247. Or you can call me direct at 931-345-2736.
We are the Cabins Home Team. You can reach me or Nathan at
Powered by Flora
931
Mid-South.
931-345-2406, and we're all over social media too.
Correct. If you can go online, you could Google Flora Mid-South Realty, Google Teresa Flora. Be careful, you might see things. Or give me a call at 931.
That's scary.
762-4247. And everybody say goodbye.
Bye.